Chapter 9. He could have just asked. At the church steps, Dale vaulted off my handlebars. "Hey, Thess," he said as Harm blasted up on his silver bike. "What happened?" "We've been robbed," Thess said, his voice swollen with tears. "All of us. Daddy, me, you, Jesus, everybody." He sat bundled on the top step, his orange cat, Spitz, winding around his feet. Star's Impala lurked in the parking lot. "Don't worry, Thess. The desperados are on it," I said. "What walked off?" "Sunday's collection, maybe $100, he said, scooping Spitz into his lap. "Detective Star's checking for fingerprints." He scowled at Dale. "If your daddy needed something, all he had to do was just ask." Dale's face went the color of river sand. "Dale loves that church good as he loves his own house. So does Miss Rose. Thess knows that." "I hate it same as you," Dale said, "and it's going to break Ma's heart." Thess and Spitz stared at us, the silence stretching tight. "I'll do Spitz's photos first thing tomorrow," I said to break the tension. "I hope you land a puppy." "No," Thess said, turning away. "I don't want a puppy anymore." Dale looked like he'd kicked him. "Thess, you don't mean that," Harm said. "Let's talk tomorrow." "I said I don't want your puppy," Thess said, glaring at Dale. "Not after this." "You'd never get one anyway," Dale shot back. A total lie. "Queen Elizabeth and me didn't rob this church. If you're punishing us for something we didn't do, you ain't puppy material." "Fine," Thess said, his voice harsh. "Go on then," giving Harm and me an eat dirt look. "All of you, get away from me." He pulled his cat close. Spitz hissed. We balanced on a silence rocky as a rowboat on a choppy creek, and I searched for just the right words. Nothing came. I went with what I had. "Your cat is ugly," I said, very cool. "Excuse us. We got a case to solve." We stepped into the church and gasped. The pulpit lay on its side, its purple skirt crumpled. The candlesticks had rolled across the floor, one under the piano, the other beneath a pew. Reverend Thompson kneeled in front of it all, wiping the floor. "Desperado detectives at your service," I said. "We came as soon as we heard." He lumbered to his feet and tossed the rag into a bucket. "Thess is around here somewhere. He likes you kids. Especially you, Mo," he said, giving us a sad smile. "Yes, sir," I said. "When did this happen? Does the church have enemies?" "Besides Satan," Dale added. Reverend Thompson smiled. "I suspect Satan has bigger fish to fry. This strikes me as a man-made mischief. I'll let Star figure out which man. As for time, I locked up last night and opened 2 hours ago. Someone took the collection and the plate." "The collection plate?" "That giant gold plate," I said. "It must be worth a fortune." He shook his head. "Not in dollars. It has a different kind of value. Someone donated it to honor a loved one." "But why take that? You can't fence a collection plate," Dale said. "Anybody that's been to our family reunion knows that. Daddy ain't a rookie." "The daddy's a professional thief defense." Harm winced. "Good point," Reverend Thompson said, very easy. "The bandit may have been a rookie, which would certainly eliminate Macon. Or he could have another motive. Like getting even with Miss Rose and Dale for going against him," I thought. "I'll give you a hand with the pulpit," Harm said. Dale and me darted to help. "Now," Harm said, and we muscled the pulpit into place. I cased the sanctuary one last time. Star's already decluing the office, I thought. I made a note. Add police scanner to Christmas list. "If you find clues, give us a call," I said, heading for the door. "Come on, desperados. We'll search outside." I led the way out to the outside door and along the building. "Hey, Mo, did you just call me a desperado in there?" Harm asked. "You said, 'Come on, desperados.'" He tried to act like he didn't care, same as when Attila calls him an outsider. I crooked an eyebrow at Dale, who bobbed his head. You're on probation until we solve the case of the missing daddy, Dale said. I'd say you have a good chance unless the stress crumples you. Harm revved up his swagger, and we rounded the side of the cinder block building. Over there, I said, pointing to Tess's rabbit box. Someone had shoved it beneath the bathroom window, which gaped open. Whoever went through there is thin, Harm said. He plucked a snarl of brown thread from the windowsill. Off a hunting jacket, he guessed. Mr. Macon's hunting jacket is missing, and he's thin. So are you, Dale said, frowning, and I see 100 of those jackets every hunting season. Dale touched Harm's sleeve. You got to keep an open mind to be a detective. Settle down. If you weren't a natural, we wouldn't have drafted you. Being in charge suits Dale when he knows the rules. Dale walked back down the side of the building, studying the ground. Weird footprint, he announced. Footprints? Starr said, rounding the corner. I shoved the thread in my pocket. What are you kids doing? Because if you destroyed my evidence... We didn't, I said. Destroyed and in my pocket are two different things. Starr knelt and measured around the footprint Dale had found. Size 9 dress shoe. My heart dove to my sneakers. Mr. Macon wears a size 9. I knew it from our first case. Starr pulled a frame from his bag and placed it around the print. Perfect, he said, tipping a bottle of green goo over the print. I stepped back, pulled out my camera, and lined up a long shot. Click. Then the footprint. Click. Dale frowned. But that's just one print. And it's in the only clear space back here, and it's totally flat. No shoe bend to it. Who would leave a print like that? Somebody standing still like you are. What size shoe does Macon wear? Starr asked. Dale studied the graveyard, the river. The quiver of his chin put him a heartbeat from crying. He knows his daddy's shoe size as good as I do. It's hard being a good son to a bad man. I stepped up beside him. Dale and me don't track shoe sizes. We enjoy a reverse flair for trivia. We're below average at best. Way below average, Harm said. It's sad, really. Well, Rose will remember, Starr said. A slimeball move. Daddy wears a 9, Dale blurted. But that's circumstantial. Starr made a note in his clue pad. Come on, desperados, I said. Let's ride. Dale went quiet as the bottom of a well as we pedaled back to the cafe. Queen Elizabeth, who waited by the cafe jukebox, brought him back to life. She showed up at the door, Capers said, rearranging her papers. I assumed she was looking for you, she said as Dale gave Liz a hug. Liz is psychic, yeah, I explained. She always knows where Dale is. Dale rubbed Liz's head. She's been craving odd foods lately, he said. Mama says it's normal when you're expecting. She may need ice cream. Capers laughed. A psychic pregnant hound. Great detail for my article. As Dale trotted behind the counter and opened the ice cream case, I snuck a peek at Capers' notebook. She closed it. Congratulations on your great right hook, I said. A blush crept up her neck. You saw that? Flick's a foul-mouthed worm. He had it coming. She gave Harm a smile. I'm surprised he's your brother. Me too, Harm said. I'm also surprised you're still in town with no trial to cover. I know Lavender's still got your motorcycle, but smooth. Good way to not ask a question when you do want an answer. Harm will be a great detective someday. I'll file updates till we see what Macon does, she said. Speaking of updates, you promised me a report. I hesitated. Mr. Macon robbed the church, but how could I say it and still be a good friend to Dale? I got a quote, Dale said, setting a bowl of vanilla ice cream by Queen Elizabeth. Dale, who hates to speak up in class, will talk to a reporter? The hair on the back of my neck stood up. A rookie thief robbed Creekside Baptist last night, Dale said. The desperados take this personal. We will track the no talent to the ends of the earth if we can get a ride that far, but hopefully the thief will stay local so we can ride our bikes. Thank you. I relaxed. That could have gone worse. Way worse. Hey, Dale said, his face lighting up. I just thought of something else. No, you didn't, I said very fast. This concludes our press conference, I added as the colonel came in from the kitchen and heaved a bin of silverware onto the counter. He dealt Capers a look that could freeze lava. Leave these kids alone. Fork duty, he said to us, whipping a stack of napkins out of the cabinet. Harm followed us to the sink to wash up. Good job, he told Dale. I grabbed a knife, spoon, fork trio and quick-rolled it, cafe style. Wow, Harm said, nudging in beside me. You're blazing fast. It's in my blood, I told him. Beside me, Dale folded his napkin into his customary diamond fold pouch and tucked the silverware inside. Dale watches PBS, the only station Miss Rose allows. He can also turn hand towels into animal shapes. Nice, Harm said, watching him. But your way's easier, Mo. Teach me? I snagged another handful of silver as Miss Lana flew in with vinegar cruets. Dale, invite Rose for supper, honey, she said, and she opened a jar of red pepper flakes and added a pinch to each cruet. I read the specials boards. Americans in Paris special. Baked ham avec cloves, macaroni au fromage, collards à la zing, $7.95. À la zing, I told Harm. Tupelo French for red pepper. Dale hung up. Mama can't come, but I can, he told Miss Lana. Her new boyfriend's keeping her company. I'd feel like a spare tire around them anyway. You mean a fifth wheel, honey, she said, and it's not so. What do you think of him? I haven't met him yet, which is starting to hurt my feelings. He's nice on the phone, Dale said, but he makes her different. Miss Lana swept him into a hug. We'll like him. If we don't, we'll drive him mad and he'll go away. She rumpled his hair as Star walked in, his collar turned up against the cold. What'll it be, Joe? Lana said, smiling. 2 burgers and coffee to go, he said, sliding his thermos across the counter to Harm. Normally, Star doesn't drink coffee after 3 p.m. due to chronic jitters. His ordering coffee now could mean only 2 things, love or law. You got a date with Miss Retzel, I said. May I recommend the house fries with extra ketchup? You don't want to look cheap around a school teacher. He smiled. He's not bad when he smiles. No date, but the fries sound good. Pickles on the burgers. Queen Elizabeth's ears perked up. No date? You're on a stakeout then, I said, very smooth. Stakeout? Capers echoed from across the room. Where? Sorry, classified information, he said, as Miss Lana speed-wrapped his burgers and popped them in the bag. $7 even. Star put a 10 down and turned for the door. Queen Elizabeth shot from under the shadows like a heat-seeking missile and grabbed his cuff. Liz! Dale cried as she tugged his pants leg. No! Dale grabbed the pickle jar, fished out a pickle, and waved it near her nose. She rolled her eyes sideways to stare at it. Let Star go, he coaxed. Good girl. She released Star's cuff and delicately picked the pickle from Dale's fingers. Cravings, Dale explained, smiling up at Star. She'll be embarrassed when she has time to think this through. Harm opened the door for Star. Our associate, Anna Celeste Simpson, will handle your dry cleaning bill. Harm's going to fit in good. We watched Star's Impala ease into the night as a pack of strangers filed in, discussing Capers' story and the jailbreak. Star's not headed for the church, Dale said as his taillights disappeared. He's staking out Daddy. I doubt it, Dale, the colonel said. If Star knew where Macon was, he'd arrest him. Finish that silverware. The supper crowd's on its way. As we worked, Dale whispered, Mo, something's wrong at church. True, I thought. Your daddy's robbed it and you can't say it. He wrapped a set of silverware wrong, unwrapped it, rewrapped it again. It scared me. Dale and me been wrapping silverware since 2nd grade. Stress, Skeeter had said. First, the jailbreak. Now, Mr. Macon robbing the church. Bess turning on him. People white trash talking his family. He looks like a candle burning out, I thought. Things are wrong, he said. I can't think it yet. but I can feel it. Right here, he said, laying his hand just below his ribs, in that place that folds up like a lawn chair when you're scared. I know that place, Harm said, his voice soft. I didn't say it, but I knew it too. The place that folds in on itself when I think of upstream mothers never coming, or the Colonel and Miss Lana will get so wrapped up in each other that they won't need me anymore. Don't tell Mama about the footprint, Dale said. She's upset enough. Deal, I said, watching the Azalea Women's van wheel across the parking lot. She knows by now anyway, I thought, as they surged towards the door. Dear upstream mother, Dale's daddy robbed Creekside Baptist. The talk's all over town. School takes in late tomorrow thanks to a so-called teacher's work day. Word on the street is line dancing is involved. I'm getting scared for Dale. Me and him been outsiders all our lives, but I've never seen it as bad as this. Grabbed my phone. Harm picked up. Hello, he said, his voice sleepy. I'm worried about Dale. He yawned. Me too. Come over tomorrow. Breakfast is at 8. How's Lavender? I didn't get to ask you at the cafe. Lavender? I said, sitting up. Has something happened to Lavender? No, but Macon's his daddy too. What kind of future wife am I? I hadn't even thought about Lavender. I was just going to check, I said. Fortunately, I have his number seared into my brain. I prepared a few sensitive, off-the-cuff remarks as I dialed. Sadly, he didn't answer. Lavender's home. Chrissy speaking. With whom are you? Crud. A twin. It's Mo, I said. I hope Lavender's hair loss problem isn't as contagious as people say. You're brave. Do you have a diagnosis yet? The phone clattered to Lavender's end table, and his front door slammed. Chrissy? Lavender called. He picked up. Who the heck is this? It's Mo. I just called to check on you. Chrissy sounded like she had a little hairball in her throat, which can happen in her line of work. I could hear his smile. I'm sure she didn't, but thanks for checking on me, Mo. I'm okay. Once the chin wagging stops, life will go back to normal. It always does. I hesitated. Dale actually thinks Mr. Macon didn't rob the church. I know, he sighed. Truth is, Macon probably hid it for cash on his way out of town. Listen, Dale and I are helping Mama break collards first thing in the morning, and then we're trucking them to Aden. Want to ride? Me? Spend the morning with Lavender, who I will one day walk with in the evening, discussing our adopted children, and our foster parrot, Cliff, whose behavior problems keep us awake at night? I sighed. Miss Lana says canceling one date for another is tawdry, which, if I ever look that up, I'm pretty sure it will be bad. I hate to break your heart, but I got a breakfast date. I heard his grin. Say hey to Harm for me. Night, Mo. Harm? How did he know it was Harm? I returned to my letter. Just talking to Lavender settles my soul. Scaring off a twin scores double. Faking hard to get scores triples. But when you meet Lavender, you'll see why. Breakfast with Harm tomorrow.